All right, buckle up, because we are diving headfirst into the freshest developments in AI and crypto from the last 48 hours.
And let me tell you, things are moving so fast right now, even we're having trouble keeping up.
Seriously, this isn't your average tech news cycle. We're talking about the kind of stuff that usually takes weeks to even hit the rumor mill.
Absolutely. So what we're going to do is break down not just what happened, but what it all means. Connect the dots, see the bigger picture, because that's where things get really interesting.
Okay, so first up, GPT-5. Dropped out of nowhere. Did anyone else have surprise AI launch on their bingo card this week?
Seriously, right. But it's not just the timing, it's the scale of this thing. This isn't just a little upgrade. GPT-5 is being called multimodal, which is a fancy way of saying.
Hold on, multimodal. So more than just text.
Exactly. It can process information like never before. We're talking understanding images, text, maybe even audio all woven together.
Whoa. Okay, so instead of just text prompts, I could show it like a picture
Yeah.
of a super chaotic scene at a coffee shop.
And GPT-5 could write you a screenplay, compose a song about it, or even generate a 3D model of the whole thing.
You're kidding.
Nope. We're talking about AI that doesn't just understand language, but understands the world in a way that's so much closer to how we do. The implications are insane for creativity, problem solving, even just how we interact with computers. It's huge.
It's like AI went from being a really powerful tool to like a potential collaborator.
Right.
Okay, wild. Now, flipping the script to the other side of the tech world for a sec, Ethereum. Big news with those shard chains launching.
Yeah.
Anyone who actually uses crypto is going to love this.
Oh, absolutely. One of the biggest complaints has always been scalability, right? Like, how do you handle more transactions without the whole network slowing down or costing a fortune in fees?
Basically, Ethereum was stuck in traffic and everyone was late for, everything.
Pretty much. But shard chains, think of it like taking a single lane road and suddenly having 6 lanes running parallel. Boom, capacity explodes.
Which means, for our listener, faster transactions and lower fees when they're using Ethereum. No more watching that progress bar, hoping it goes through before the price of Ether changes again.
Exactly.
It seems like, slowly but surely, every roadblock to using crypto is being dismantled.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. There are still hurdles, but definitely moving in the right direction.
But speaking of roadblocks, have you seen this thing about AI and DNA? This is some next-level stuff.
It really is. It's like, you know how DNA is basically the instruction manual for your body?
Yeah.
Well, now we've got AI reading that manual like cover to cover.
Hold on. So instead of just saying, you might be more likely to develop this thing, it can actually see why.
Exactly. It's like having a detective, but for your DNA. They can pinpoint the exact gene, the exact sequence where things might go wrong.
That is both incredibly cool and kind of creepy at the same time.
Oh, for sure. But think about it, that's the key to personalized medicine, Catching things early, maybe even preventing them altogether. That's the future we're talking about.
That's wild. Okay, but on the flip side, we've got the crypto world still trying to shake this whole bad for the environment thing.
Yeah, no, it's a valid concern. Some cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin, use up a ton of energy.
Which is why I was interested to see this whole crypto green initiative thing popping up. Is that legit or just good PR?
I think it's a bit of both, honestly. There's definitely a push for more energy efficient mining, especially for proof of work blockchains. Imagine a world where your crypto is being mined using entirely renewable energy sources.
Okay, yeah, that'd be
Wow.
pretty huge. Because if crypto is really going to be the future of finance, it kind of needs a future, period.
Exactly.
Speaking of the future, how about AI actually making decisions? And I don't mean what song to play next. I'm talking big life-changing stuff.
Things get really interesting there. We're already seeing AI dip its toes in those waters, making recommendations in healthcare, finance, even legal stuff.
Right, but the bigger those decisions get, the more you kind of want to know how it's making them. Is it actually thinking this through or just spitting out numbers?
That is the question. And that's where this whole explainable AI thing comes in. It's this idea that we need AI that can not only make a choice, but also explain its reasoning so we can understand.
So AI has to show its work now.
Pretty much, especially as these systems get more powerful.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of powerful systems, can we talk about central bank digital currencies for a sec?
Oh, CBDCs.
Yeah.
It feels like we're one headline away from everyone getting their paycheck in digital dollars. It feels closer than ever, right? A few countries are already testing out their own versions, which is kind of wild when you think about it.
Yeah, and the possibilities are huge. I mean, on the one hand, you've got faster transactions, lower fees, potentially even getting banking to people who've never had it before.
Right, like using your phone to pay for something's like practically second nature now. So going full digital dollar doesn't feel that far off.
Exactly. But there are some downsides to it. We got to be real about that, like the whole privacy
Not
thing.
like a big
Come on.
kid.
Yeah, but the government's issuing the digital dollar. They're going to have a record of like everything you buy, right?
Potentially, yeah. And there are security risks too. Like what happens if there's a hack or the whole system crashes? These are all things we got to figure out.
It's like every time we make a tech leap, there's this whole other side of ethics and what ifs we got to deal with.
Totally. And that actually leads perfectly into that AI and crypto intersection we were talking about.
Yeah.
Because that's where things get really crazy.
Oh, for sure. It's like the two biggest tech revolutions happening at the same time. And they're feeding off each other too. Think about AI making the crypto market smarter, spotting scams instantly, maybe even predicting what's going to be huge next.
So AI could be like the ultimate crypto bodyguard, making sure everything is legit.
Exactly. But it goes the other way too. You know how one of the big problems with AI is making sure the information it learns from is actually good?
Yeah.
That's where blockchain comes in. Because it's decentralized and practically tamper-proof, data on a blockchain is super secure. So an AI that learns from that, way less likely to be thrown off by bad info.
So blockchain is like the key to building AI we can actually trust. That's kind of mind-blowing when you really think about it.
It really is.